So I am back on trail after about 10 days in Ashland to rest my feet. They're still not 100% fine, but I couldn't stay any longer in that motel. They're definitely better than they were, and I'm gonna try to not do too many miles each day to begin with. So yeah, right now I am in Crater Lake National Park and making my way to Crater Lake. So I did skip a few miles. At this point I'm very stressed out about not getting to Canada, so I did skip the section between Ashland and Crater Lake. And honestly, the drive here was gorgeous, just breathtaking. Well, my feet hurt a lot, so it's my first day back, and I haven't walked that many miles, probably like 8 or 9, and it hurts a lot, so it's not a good sign. So I hitched back to the Mazama campground in Crater Lake because my feet were hurting a lot, and was just like, if I'm going ahead, it's gonna be more and more remote, so might as well head back to the campground and with people with lots of cars and sort of think about my options, which for now is pretty limited. Like, it just, my feet hurts so much that I can't walk properly, so that's problematic for the trail. So yeah. This is the accurate representation of what my life has been like for the past 2 weeks. So I got off trail, definitely, right after that last video. I spent the evening at Mazama village, the night there, and I just was thinking about my options, and basically I didn't have many. I couldn't hike, so it was either keep on resting or go home. After 10 days of rest, I didn't really have the patience or, the budget or the time to take another week or 2 off. And if that meant maybe not being able to hike again, I didn't want to give myself hope, because I had hoped so much that I would be able to hike again, and I ended up not being able to because my feet hurt too much. And so what happened is that right before I got back on trail, I told myself, if my feet still hurt and I can't hike anymore, I'm going home, because it was just, mental torture to stay and just see everyone hiking while you can't. And I was just stuck in the motel, and obviously I could have traveled around. I didn't want to spend my money on this, and my feet hurting would limit my my walking around, so I didn't feel like visiting anything. Just wasn't great, and so I decided to go home, and I came home about like 4 days after I decided that it was very sudden. I didn't really get to say goodbye to anyone because I was sure that I was going to see everyone again. So that was pretty sad. What happened with my feet, I don't really know. I think it's a combination of multiple factors. The fact that I was hiking with boots on snow in the Sierras, and went from that to hiking on a rocky terrain with trail runners, definitely did not make things great. But also, what I never said, I think, on my videos, is that I caught Giardia right after I got out of Mammoth, right when I was in Mammoth, basically, started having it, and didn't think it was Giardia because I was not having all of the symptoms. I didn't feel really, really sick. If you don't know what Giardia is, you can look it up and see what lovely symptoms basically it makes you do. But gives you diarrhea basically, which is not really good for when you're hiking. And so I kept on hiking with Giardia. I didn't go see a doctor immediately in Mammoth because I didn't think it was this at all. And then when I was in Etna, I don't think there was any medical center there, and I was also telling myself, no, it's not Giardia, it's nothing, like I'm not feeling feverish or nauseous, so it's nothing, because I was so scared that it was. And I don't know if there was any medical center anyway, so I didn't do anything about it, and I hiked until Ashland with it, and I think that this made things way worse, which was something that I didn't really take into account until I got home and thought about it. But I was basically, everything I was eating was just coming right out, and I was really, really dehydrated. At some point my pee was just dark brown, which is not great. Even though I was drinking and everything, it's just I was really, really dehydrated, and clearly my body was lacking lots of things that it needed, so my feet hurt the most, because it was the thing I was using the most, so the muscles in my feet and the tendons and everything probably lacked, I don't know what they need, protein, water. I'm not a specialist, but definitely were not getting what they needed. And then I don't know what it's called, but like the tendons on the inside of my thighs were hurting so much, both of them. That had never happened to me before, and I was wondering what's going on, because that's never happened to me, and I'm not doing anything exceptional right now. I'm just like hiking on flat terrain, and I could sometimes barely move my thigh because it hurt so much. My back, this side of my back, I could feel something, like muscle or tendon again, that was always hurting so much. It was pulling. I don't know what exactly it was. And I was like, why does it hurt so much? Because this part of my back hurts a bit, but it hurt mostly in the Sierras when I was carrying like 45 pounds on my back. But now my back was much lighter, and my neck got really stiff as well, and the last day my knees actually started hurting. My knees have never hurt once in my life. I've never had any knee pain ever, even in the Sierras when I was carrying this 45 pound pack. So now I think about it, I'm pretty sure it's just because my body was just trying to fight for Giardia, and Giardia was just taking everything and not letting anything go to my body. So my body was slowly, not dying, but anyway. And so my goal right now, when I came back home, I was kind of like, and when I was still at Crater Lake. I made a very depressing video, and I watched it and I was like, I can't show that. That's way too depressing. I had just been crying and everything right before, so just not a very positive note. Yeah, so when I immediately quit hiking, I was kind of like, you know, I'm probably never gonna come back. I won't be motivated to come back. But now I'm like, I'm going back for sure. So I'm like, next year, I'm going back. Except if my feet are still messed up, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be alright if I rest them for 12 months, you know. But yeah, I really want to go back next year, start again from Mammoth, and hopefully finish. So fingers crossed I'll be able to do it. So yeah, these videos, hopefully I'll be able to keep on going, because it was really nice, a really nice way to show my family and friends what I was going through without having to send out emails and everything. But I wanted to say obviously for my family and friends, thank you for following me and watching my videos. Embarrassing, but yeah. And for the people who don't know me and who still followed me and wrote some nice comments and everything, it was very nice of you. Thank you for that, for taking the time to watch my videos and finding them interesting maybe, and posting nice comments and everything. I really appreciate it. Like I said, this was really just meant for family and friends, so I'm really happy if other people found them nice and interesting. And hopefully I'll see you next year, and I hope you have a very nice end of summer, and that if you are interested in doing the PCT or something, make it happen, because it's amazing. Even though sometimes, like, I did watch a bit of my videos again, and I was like, oh, I complained all the time, but it was a tough year, you know, so I was allowed to complain, but it's great. Like, I miss it so much. I wish I was sleeping in my tent. Very happy to be back for the food, but apart from that, I miss it a lot. So just go out there, and maybe see you next year on trail, on the video, and thank you for everything.